why isn't the Sporty Thieves associated with Yonkers?
Good question.
Yeah.
I would love to have an answer for that. I couldn't tell you. A lot of people thought we was from Cali, because of the content that we were talking about. Females, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought we was from Cali. A lot of people thought we was from down south. It's weird. It's weird. But yeah, YO all day.
One of the first records that caught my attention was a song called Cheapskate.
Nada.
Yeah. Can't get nada from us.
Rest in peace to Roy Ayers.
Yeah.
We actually sampled that record.
Is that right?
We sampled the original sample to Cheapskates is Roy Ayers' Life Is Just a Moment Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
I remember we were in the studio and Ski put the record, he's put the needle on that record and it starts like that. Na 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 na. And I'm like, ooh, na na na. And I started, you ain't getting nada from us.
Right.
And my partner Kirk said, that's it. That's it. Came up with the hook right there.
Right.
We wrote our verses. And, organically, that's how great records come together.
Right.
Nice and organically.
Did it catch fire right away? I liked that joint. I believe I start hearing that joint on Rap City or something like that.
The problem with Cheapskate was Columbia chose not to release it as a single. They just put the album out. They actually just rushed us because they had Lauren coming.
Okay.
I wasn't really happy about it. I didn't like what was going on. Back then you had mom and pop stores. Mom and pop record stores are non-existent at this point. But, you had the big chain stores, but you still had mom and pop record stores. And Cheapskate actually took us across the country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And every mom and pop store we went to, they would be like, yo, why they didn't release the single? Back then, CDs was $16, $17.
Yeah.
People weren't really spending that type of money on a whole album based off one song. Had Columbia put Cheapskate out as a single, we might have had a different trajectory.
Right.
Possibly, but we would just, to be honest with you, and from my personal opinion, we never was supposed to pop. We was just a budget. You know what I mean? At that time, record labels were signing people and then shelving them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? To make them a tax write-off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that was probably our trajectory.
Right.
We just happened to be a legitimate group.
So even though Cheapskate wasn't selected to be a single, basically.
Well, it was selected as the single.
Yeah.
They put vinyl out, but they didn't release it as the single. They just put the album out.
Yeah. So people bought your album and basically gravitated towards the song.
People really didn't buy the album. We went double wood when the album came out.
Yeah.
But the fanfare was, we love Cheapskate.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like I said, we toured the whole country off the record.
Right.
The BDS, you know what BDS is?
That's the Spins, right?
Yeah, the Spins said it was a legitimate hit.
Right.
Columbia just, they was worried about Lauren. And I didn't understand it. When the album came out, then I was like, oh shit, okay. I understand a little bit more.
Right.
You know what I mean? That misunderstanding was a monster.
Yeah.
But at that time, and this being my life, this being my dream and my passion, I didn't understand it.
Right. Who selected the name Sporty Thieves for y'all?
King Kirk.
Okay.
Salute to my partner, King Kirk.
Sporty Thieves. Yeah. A spinoff, of course, of the 40 Thieves.
Yes.
Right. And I wanted to know how and why did y'all end up becoming this group that did these rebuttal records? How did that start?
Rebuttal records was never in our repertoire. This is the dopest story, right? Funkmaster Flex. We was trying to get at Flex. We had Cheapskate out. We was trying to get at Flex. You know what I mean? Trying to get him to play the record.
Yeah.
The label's doing shit, and you know what I mean? You know, trying to soften them up, whatever the fuck they could do. Flex is not touching the record. Next thing I know, I get a call from my manager. Yo, Flex wants you in his office. Well, not just me personally, but the group. Wants the group in his office. Okay. What the fuck Flex want? And you know, us being from New York, we were kind of jaded. You know what I mean? Our BDS record spins would have great numbers all across the country, and then New York would be like 2. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? We was kind of jaded. We go see Flex, and Flex keeps it 1,000. He's like, listen, my bad. I fucked up. I slept. I was just in Philly last night. You know, Flex doesn't DJ when he goes to events. He don't DJ the whole party. Flex may come on at 12 or 1 o'clock when the party's right.
Right.
He said, yo, the DJ before me, the last record he played was Cheapskate, and he played it twice, and he tore it down. He said, I was sick because I didn't even have that record in my grade.
Yeah.
Fuck my life.
It was something jiggy about that record, and I believe y'all caught the ending of people getting on the dance floor. Did that have something to do with the popularity of that record?
I don't know about the club part. I know Cheapskate was embraced because at that time in climbing and hip hop, you had Mace and Jay talking about taking you to Turks and Caicos and this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. Rappers talking about this, and we came out of nowhere talking about you ain't getting nada, not even $1, which what call them broke, call us broke niggas, call it whatever you want to call it, but the average dude related to that more than this extravagant shit that a lot of niggas was talking.
Yeah.
So I think that's what gravitated dudes to the record.
Okay.
Back to Flex.
Right.
Flex is like, yo, a lot of people think my ears burnt, which it probably is. This is Flex talking.
Yeah.
A lot of people think my ears burnt, I don't know what's hot, this, that, and the third, With this Cheapskate record, y'all seem to have a niche with talking to women.
Yeah.
We got this Scrub record. I want y'all to do a rebuttal record.
It was his suggestion?
Hold on. And I want to make this clear.
Yeah.
There was a dude named THRU, and he had an MC, Mr. Woods, that submitted a record to Flex called No Vultures. Trash.
Yeah.
Trash.
Right.
Mr. Woods, trash. Flex, and yeah, I'm taking a shot.
Right.
Flex had got the idea from that record. Yo, I know y'all can make something fire, but I can't totally neglect these niggas, so we need to put this Mr. Woods nigga on the record. So for the real Sporty Thieves fans, they know the initial pressing, not the commercial pressing, but the initial pressing, independent pressing of No Pigeons included Mr. Woods, who was on the end of the record.
Okay. Was he in the video?
No.
All right.
Because Columbia, it was Columbia's decision to cut him off the record.
Right.
Pigeons was Funkmaster Flex.
Okay. That's a great revelation.
Funkmaster Flex.
Right.
Salute my guy.
So y'all decided to basically challenge a juggernaut at the time, TLC.
We didn't care about that.
How-
Yo, Gully, I'm gonna tell you what's crazy, right? We were not looking nationally. We were just looking at New York
yeah.
and making a fun record.
Yeah.
We had no clue what that record was gonna do.
Right.
Let's say we gave the record to Flex on a Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And he started blasting it and started gaining traction. By that Thursday, it was #1 on Hot. And he had Whitney Houston up there.
Yeah.
And he's like, Whitney, I'm gonna play, this is the #1 record in New York right now. I'm gonna play it for you when we come back. I want to get your thoughts on it.
Right.
And when they came back, she quoted my verse. She said, yo, that's crazy. You only walk pigeon-toed because your shoes are small. Yo, my dude, I was on top of the world. Whitney Houston just quoted one of my lines.
Right.
You couldn't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell me nothing. #1 record at Hot. About 3 weeks later, now mind you, we was about to get dropped from Columbia before this record dropped.
Right.
We came out at the same time with Lord Tariq and Peter Guns and John Forte. We were all in the same era. We was all on the same promo tours, all that. We watched Lord Tariq and Peter Guns come up, come down, drop. We watched John Forte come up, come down, drop. And we were the next. We was next on next in line.
Yeah.
Columbia had no idea. Sony had no idea we was coming with Pigeons. So, like I said, Monday, Flex dropped it. By Thursday, it's #1 on Hot. Maybe 2 weeks later, it's #1 record in the country.
Okay. All right. Now y'all got this dope record that started out regional. Was it regional to begin with?
Absolutely.
All right. Who was the videographer? Because the video took that shit to another level. Because I was locked up at the time, and that shit was on Total Request Live.
Jesse Smith.
What's his name?
Jesse Smith. Jesse Smith. Jesse Smith.
Yeah.
He's done a couple of videos. We actually fought for him to be the videographer.
Okay.
For that.
I was going to point that out because y'all had some very unique videos that kind of went along with the music, and during this time they was doing this style that had like the bug eye lens.
Absolutely.
All
Everything was the bug eye.
All right, how effective was that for you guys? The video took that shit somewhere else. Like,
well, I think J. Jesse Smith listened to us. Took our feelings of what we wanted the video to look like and brought it to life. And then I think, the cameos that we had in Pigeons helped it out. A lot of people don't know, Pun pulled up on us.
Yeah.
9 o'clock in the morning. They were just setting up the cameras.
Yeah.
Pun pulled up ready to get into the video. He pulled up with like 3 Benzes.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, I love y'all niggas. What y'all need?
Yeah.
Y'all need jury, bitches, cars, what's up? We like, nah, Pun, we just need a cameo.
Yeah.
But they were still setting up the cameras. He sat around for about 45 minutes, and we probably with the homie, you know what I mean? But, he had to go and do other things. That's why Pun wasn't in the video. But surprisingly for me, and I didn't know so much of the industry knew that we were shooting that video.
Right.
You know what I mean? But a lot of people came out. The only cameo that I put in play was Eve.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I had a decent rapport with Eve, and we were shooting one of the scenes, the beauty parlor scene on 135th. She was actually walking in the beauty parlor. I'm like, yo, Eve, what's good? Why you dressed like that? I'm thinking she, you know what I mean? I'm thinking she coming for the video. She was like, nah, dudes, I'm here to get my hair done. So I'm like, yo, we shooting Pigeons.
Yeah.
She was like, what? Nigga, you got my number. Let me go get right, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Holla at me and let me know when the next shoot is. You know what I mean? Salute to E for that.
I noticed that Google was in one of y'all videos too.
Pigeons.
That was Pigeons?
Yes.
All right, that stood out to me. That's one of my favorite rappers. That stood out to me like a motherfucker. I'm like, damn,
Google
Google
was
this
a great guy. We did the majority of the first album in D&D.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Which is another staple of hip hop. You know what I mean? I actually, you know, I played pool with Jay in D&D. You know what I mean? Met a lot of different, you know what I mean? Met a lot of different people in D&D.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a great rapport with Guru. There was DOS effects. There was a nice amount of camp. A lot of people showed out.
Right. What type of response did y'all get directly from TLC? I know they said something to you niggas.
Nothing.
They never even acknowledged it.
I mean, they have a documentary out on Netflix.
Yeah.
That, you know, they had to address us and actually showed us. You know what I mean? Showed us in the documentary.
Yeah.
But at that moment, silence.
Right.
But for what? The bigger our record got, the bigger their record got.
Yeah.
The bigger their record got, the bigger our record got.
Right. I'm pretty sure somewhere along the line, maybe on television or maybe in a club, they had to play y'all back to back. They had to play No Scrubs, which was a hit, and they had to follow it up with y'all.
MTV and BET did it.
Okay.
That's what it eventually became.
Yeah. In order for it to make sense. Right. I seen with my own eyes. Y'all was on TRL.
Eventually, my dude, when the first, seeing Kirk Loader.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talk about, yo, Sporty Thieves is about to shoot no Pigeons. I'm like, hey, yo, really? This is what we doing? Yeah. Okay. You know, those were pivotal moments for a nigga.
Yeah.
You know
that was
I mean?
like y'all almost made like a hip hop pop record.
Kinda.
Cause when I seen that shit on TRL,
number one on hip hop R&B. I think for 6 weeks, number one, and I think the same thing for number one rap.
Yeah.
Billboard, I think for 6 weeks.
Right. So, at some point, somebody got the bright idea like, this shit can work for us. At which point y'all did another record, another rebuttal record, correct?
I was reluctant to do that record. Beyonce, well, first of all, shout out to Trackmasters.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tony Pope. We have an official remix that was supposed to be on Destiny's Child's second album, Bills, Bills, Bills. You can look it up on YouTube. It's a Bills, Bills, Bills remix with Destiny's Child. There's a girl Jazz on the front rapping. Actually, 50 Cent wrote her verse. Mm-hmm. When we got to the studio to record it, 50 was in there writing. He was like, yo, I'm coming at y'all niggas. We looking at them like, what? You know what I mean? He was like, nah, I'm writing the verse for Shorty, this, that, and the third, da, 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 da. So, you know, we have an official Bills, Bills, Bills remix. For whatever reason, Columbia decided to not put it on the album. But what they did was make it the first, I think, 100,000 copies of an album that went out. It was a promotional CD with that. And then we eventually, after Pigeons started to die down, a lot of DJs and people wanted us to keep that theme going.
Yeah.
We were a little bit too talented for that.
Yeah.
Self-produced group. Shout out to my man King Kirk. He did half the album. He produced half the album. A Street Cinema. Ski did the other half. And then once Ski taught me how to learn the MPC, it was quiet from there. With me and Kirk both being producers.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So you need an online push. Gully TV Media, East Coast, West Coast, down south.
Uptown, downtown, Switzerland, the hottest in the business. Underground MCs. Need a push? Gully TV. Published authors. You need a push? Gully TV. Your daily online source of hip-hop, sports, and fashion. The email is below. GullyTVBoss@gmail.com. Hit me up. I'll be there.